So if you understand this fundamentally, what this means is you can attract money, good health, great relationships, or anything that you actually want in life will be brought to you. So those who tell stories rule society. Plato said this a very long time ago, and it's still as relevant as it is today. Think about all the social media influencers that have a story. Think about all the business owners that tell their story on stage. Why is this actually important though? It's because you are a story. If you don't know that. When you know this, you create a better ending to the story because you know and believe you can create the story, therefore you can. So the one thing that all successful people know that people that do not create success do not know is they created it themselves. They wrote their story on a piece of paper and they lived it out. They visualized their life, they visualized their mind. At one point they said, I understand I'm in a story. I understand I'm in the movie of the life that I'm creating, and I fucked up. I destroyed myself. I'm at the rock bottom in the middle of the movie. Everything's going to problems everywhere, chaos everywhere. But that's why the ending is written by us as well. We've done a good enough job to this point to destroy our life. Now let's be aware that we control our life and create the future. And now let's make the comeback. The rise from the ashes like a phoenix story, right? This is why it motivates others, because they see themselves in your story. Therefore, they can recreate their story because they can believe if it happened to you, they can believe it can happen to them. So as a leader, we inspire others by our story so they can follow in it and create their own, and others can follow that. It's called duplication of success. You are a mass of energy and you function on frequencies. Why does this matter? When we take a picture of mass, once again, we can see the energy radiating out from it. A tree does this, a dog does this, you do this, a brick does this, a sign does this. Everything that if you took a picture from it is vibrating and nothing stops moving. Everything's a frequency or energy force. So if you understand this fundamentally, what this means is you can attract money, good health, great relationships, or anything that you actually want in life will be brought to you if you understand it. So here's how this works. I sat down in 2018 with a pen in my hand. I sat in a room alone by myself, staring at a wall, visualizing what I wanted in my mind, creating the picture of this. And I decided that I'm going to build an all-inclusive agent brand that operates all around the world, that will be the most successful and respected organization that will operate in every single state, country that EXP allows us to operate. I will call it the Wolf Pack, and we'll change the company and the industry forever. Now we see this happening lifetime, right? It's not hard to believe it because we see it. And the numbers are there, the records are there, the success stories are there, the millionaires are there. This is happening lifetime. But it happened because of a belief before it was actually seen to believe that it could happen in my mind. I was all alone by myself thinking about this, creating the picture of my mind. What did I actually want to have? Now here we are 5 years later, and it's actually happening. So this is the beginning process of everything that you see on stage later. Every single Super Bowl winner, every single world champion, they started this process at some point. They took something from their mind and they put it on pen and paper as a goal, okay? So I intellectually involved myself in this thought first through daydreaming and visualization. I kept thinking about what I wanted in the future. It did not matter how I was going to get there. It just mattered what I knew that I wanted and where I wanted, or what I wanted in the future. I then imprinted this thought through repetition, going over it and over and over in my unconscious mind as an imprint on the back side of my mind. And then I let myself emotionally involve myself in this thought. And now this is happening as a result. If you do not know what you want, you will drift and the world will give you what it decides it'll give you, if that makes sense. Should have rewrote that. But it's going to give you what you don't want, right? I promise you. All success is planned and created in the mind first. Nobody accidentally becomes massively successful, guys. It is all planned process. Okay, so energy functions on frequencies, and that is exactly what you're made of. Your body is a mass of living energy, and a frequency is a level of vibration, and there's an infinite number of frequencies. So what you need to see yourself as is your body is a tool, it is a mass of energy that's controlled by your mind, which is an electronic flicking station. Your mind is an electronic flicking station. We control consciously with our conscious mind to accept or reject a thought. Glass half empty, glass half full. Are we a positive person or are we a negative person? We all see the same things on the news, see the same information coming in. We choose the thought that we think. Then we emotionally involve ourselves in it, and the emotional involvement changes how we feel in our body. And if we feel like shit, we have a bad attitude. If we feel great, we have a great attitude. And our attitude is the only thing in life that determines whether people want to come to us, stay around us, and work with us, and be a part of what we're doing. So if we do not think the right thought, we will not feel the right feeling in our body. It will shift our attitude to the wrong side or the right side, and that will determine whether we're successful or not in life. Guaranteed. This is the fundamental process of creation of everything. So think about a frequency. If you're on a frequency right now, what channel are you on? If you think about a radio station, you have rap, country, music, techno, they're all aligned. Now imagine there's an infinite amount of frequencies, radio stations. There's never an ending amount. If you're on the wrong station for what you want, you're going to attract the wrong thing. So if you're trying to listen to rap music, you better be on the rap channel. If you're trying to listen to country music, you better be on the country station, right? Many of you guys are choosing the wrong frequency, therefore that's what you're bringing to you or moving towards, if that makes sense. We need to shift the thought process. And how do we do that? Which was not so grainy, but here's Einstein. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. If you match the frequency, sounds like he's a pretty smart guy, right? Most people don't talk about frequency in business. Maybe you should talk about it a little bit more, because that's what creates business, right? If you match the frequency of the reality of what you want, you cannot help but get that reality. So you're not talking about the law of attraction, He's talking about this through the physical explanation, right? This is physics. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. And if you don't think about this all the time, you'll never have what you want, guys. You have to understand this to have what you want in the future. Match the frequency of the reality of what you want. You cannot help but have that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. If you put the right steps of the recipe in the cookbook and do everything the exact way it was said to be done, the cake will come out and you'll want to eat it. If you mess this up, the cake will come out and the dog will not even eat it if you try to feed it to the dog, right? And many of you guys are cooking the wrong cake because you're not taking the time to figure out how to cook the right cake, because there's very simple processes, okay?